Okay, so my friend Mage on the internet told me I have to be peppier. Maria,
Yes.
how do I be peppier?
How do you be peppier?
Yes, I have to be more excited.
Uh, I don't know. I am just excited about everything, so I'm just perpetually excited.
Hmm.
So you just have to be excited about everything.
Okay. Should I be not excited to balance out your constant excitement though?
I mean, I don't know. What did your friend say? I don't know.
Well, I listened to the JoJo episode, and that was after watching 3 episodes of a show. So
Right.
I was kind of like, when we were doing that. I guess at least
Hmm.
that's my explanation for it.
Okay. So you're saying that you're not super peppy because I'm already very peppy, and if both of us are peppy, then people will want to rip their ears out. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot in this one, and we'll find out.
Send us a picture of your ears if you rip them out.
Eternal damnation is here, at hell in a cell.
Hey. No.
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 All right. How about that one?
Uh. Maybe?
Skitty scat bat boo.
No.
All right. I can't do the scat man. Hey ho, let's. Oh, yeah. I'm bad at this. Yo, back in the
No.
90s, yo.
Nope.
We're going back to the 90s,
That's a no from me.
where every cartoon was amazing.
It was not.
It was.
This was not.
I was a child.
Yes.
I don't. What is this? Welcome to Hell in a Cell. Spelled with one L. Izzle.
James is trying to be peppy.
Tried to be
Um,
dope. Like the Fresh Prince, yo.
James, stop.
Yes. Funky Fresh. That was a thing, right? I was a child during the 90s. I didn't know anything about trends or whatever.
I was just barely born in the 90s, so...
So collectively, we make nothing.
Nope.
Yeah, 90s. Woo! We're watching this because the new Men in Black movie's coming out. It looks awful.
What? It's got Chris Hemsworth in it, James, and he's not fat.
What?
Anyone who's seen Endgames will understand that joke.
Oh, all right, Thor, right. Got it, I guess. Doesn't it also
Wait.
have Valkyrie in it?
Yes, it does, yes. Which was a weird cast for me to see. I didn't know. I knew there was a new movie coming out. I just didn't know the cast until I saw it. And I was like, oh, okay. Which is really weird because there's a lot of movies that are doing that sort of coupling.
Are they?
Well, because we watched the trailer for Onward, right? And that
Yes.
has Pratt and Tom Holland in it.
Okay.
This one has the Valkyrie, and I forget what her name is. Damn it! She was in this thing. She was in Annihilation as well.
Oh yeah, she was. She's a really good actress.
Yeah, her and Chris Hemsworth are in this.
Right.
I'm sure there's more that I don't remember.
What does Chris Pratt and Tom Holland have to do with each other though?
Chris Pratt and Tom Holland were in Infinity Wars together.
Yeah, but they didn't even talk to each other.
They were in the same scene several times.
Ooh.
Oh my god. one.
Wow, everybody was in the same scene several times. Oh my
They were
god.
literally.
I know they were on the same team, but they didn't talk to each other at all. I don't know
mean,
what you're talking about.
I'm just saying.
Y-
You know what? It's fine. Never mind.
I'm just crushing Maria's dreams of her Tom Holland ex Chris Pratt fan fiction.
That does not exist. I'm not talking.
Oh, it exists. It exists. Internet, go find it.
No. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
I meant from a purely star name power standpoint.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. Is that what you have reduced me to, James?
Yes, I have succeeded. We watched Men in Black, the series. Season 1, episode 13. The I Married an Alien Syndrome. I don't know why they're all syndrome episode titles. It's kind of weird. Original release date February 14th, 1998. Developed by Dwayne Capizzi, Jeff Klein, Richard Reynes. Executive producer Richard Reynes as well. Character designer. Oh wait, how do you pronounce his name?
Miguel Anzo.
Okay, yeah. Character designer Miguelanzo Prado. And this episode was directed by Dennis Woodyard. Woodyard. That's really like Woodyard. That's his last name. Huh. That's weird. Anyway, Maria,
Yes, hi.
what happened during this?
Oh, jeez. I can't even remember. So we start off with the weather is really hot. And Jay and Kay are trying to figure out. Well, they're fighting another alien. And Jay has apparently been reading some manual and knows how to defeat this particular alien and just squirts some water on it and it just turns into a pile of mush. And then they have to like memory zap the nearest people and then go back. And then they realize when they reach headquarters that some aliens are trying to heat up the Earth so that they can take over and then use up all of its resources and then leave again. And so Kay and Jay and everyone tries to go find what they're doing to heat up the planet and to stop these aliens specifically. And they go to this power plant and they follow this alien to his home, and they realize that he's married to a human, and Jay wants to basically kill this alien man, but Kay takes him away. And in the night, Kay sort of is secretly meets up with this alien, and Jay follows him and sees that, and he suspects that Kay might be an alien. And they get into a fight in front of a newspaper stand where the bulldog sells the newspapers, apparently. It's a weird alien bulldog. And that's where Jay finds out. Well, Jay pulls off Kay's face and sees that he's an alien. And alien Kay runs away. And then Jay goes back to the alien's house to check on the wife, and the wife says that she found out that he's an alien, and she just wants him to come back. She doesn't care if he's an alien. And well, basically, Jay decides that he wants to one man army these aliens, and goes back to the power plant. And he figures out the hard way that they're also telepaths, and they capture him, and then Jay sees the alien, but is actually Kay in a suit because Kay switched places with the alien, and with one of the aliens who wants to stay on Earth with his wife. This is very confusing. Hang on there. Stay with me. They have these pew pew laser battles, and the aliens are defeated, and they figure out how to stop the heat wave. And the alien goes back to his wife, and all the other bad aliens die. The end.
Yep. Okay, first of all, Maria, have you ever seen Men in Black, the original movie?
Yes, I've seen all three.
I mourn for you for having seen all of them.
I've seen all three.
I'm so sorry. So sorry
It's
for
fine.
your loss. I mean, like, the first one is a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, really good. Second one, third one are garbage pieces of crap.
I don't remember what happened in the third one.
I've seen like a fourth of it. Maybe less. Maybe like a fifth of it.
Isn't that when like a bunch of aliens team up? No, that's the second one.
Is that the second one? I don't know. It's the third one's when they go back in time because they couldn't get what's his face back.
Well, because Boris the animal goes back in time and kills Kay, and therefore they're able to, whoever that guy is, his alien race is able to take over the planet because they can't put the arc net around the Earth to prevent the aliens from coming inside.
How do you remember that and not the plot of a thing you just saw literally a few minutes ago?
Because that was mildly entertaining, and this one was just weird meme-necked characters.
Oh, there is so much meme necking.
It's very weird.
Okay, where do we start with it? Okay.
Also because I've seen that movie a couple times.
Why have you seen Men in Black 3 a couple times?
Because it would come on TV every now and again, and then there'd be other bull honky on
bull
TV,
honky.
so I would watch that. I'd rather watch that than like Fast and Furious 5 or something.
See, I'd rather watch Fast and Furious 5, but I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie. I should watch them backwards, Maria.
Why?
Just to make my life hell. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch the Fast and the Furious movies in reverse order.
That sounds like torture.
Yeah.
I would not recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it either. I've never seen any of those movies.
I've seen 2. I've seen the first one, and I've seen Tokyo Drift,
Okay.
in which my favorite character dies.
There's one in between those, right?
Yes, Tokyo Drift is the third one.
Yeah. That's when they got like the director that's done the rest of them, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Okay.
their cast and the storyline, and no, I don't know anything.
I think because Tokyo Drift is like a mid-quill, if I'm remembering the weird video I saw about it. Am I wrong there?
I don't know. I
okay.
genuinely I don't know.
Okay.
That's the only movie that I was told was good.
Yeah, that's what
Or
I've heard as
decent.
well.
And I watched it, and like the only character that I really liked ended up dying. 'Cause
Great.
It smashed in a car crash, because that's what happens when you speed.
Rippin' something, Paul Walker?
I was gonna say something, but it would be really morbid, so I won't.
Yeah, just do it.
I don't think I want to.
Or
I
don't.
don't think I should.
Fine.
It's
Um,
too morbid for my brand. It's fine.
right, okay. That's fair. So let's talk about this series. We've been going on for a
Yes.
little while. How long are we going on, Maria?
16 minutes,
16
James.
minutes, okay. We're on different recordings, so I don't. Okay, okay. I've got a gauge on what our time is. So this is part of the genre of there was a popular movie that was not intended for children, but a lot of families took their kids to it for some reason. So let's churn out a animated series for it.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
It
It's a
usually is.
terrible business model.
I mean, in the 80s, they put out a Rambo cartoon. Do you know who Rambo is?
I do, yes. Yes, I do.
Why would you put out a Rambo cartoon?
Don't know.
They were going to do one for Alien, too. That didn't go anywhere. You
I'm
have
glad.
Yeah, you have this. You have the Mummy. That got its own cartoon. There's plenty more. I just can't remember any more off the top of my head.
There was a mummy cartoon?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
The Mummy was really popular.
I mean, yeah, but why would you make what?
Don't even. Don't wonder. Don't ask. So I just watched all 3 of the Mummy movies, by the way.
I know. You told me.
I'm telling the audience, Maria.
Eh.
God. So I just watched all 3 of the Mummy movies, and a controversial opinion, Dragon Emperor, not that bad.
I disagree
You can
strongly.
You could disagree, but the second movie was terrible. Like, borderline unwatchable. First movie is a classic. Second movie, I
like
could
the
barely
first
get
one.
through
The
it.
second was like, eh. And then the third one was just like, what?
See, I would go back and watch it because it's not as as I think everybody was like was acting like when it came out.
I mean,
Back
I've
in the
seen
day.
them. I've seen all of them. So I agree with the back in the day theme.
Like watching it now, it's like, yeah, it's really goofy and stupid, but
Oh yeah.
no, it's a lot less goofy and stupid than the second one. And I like the really bad effects in it compared
It
to the
was
second
so
one.
bad.
Oh, they were really bad, but they were hilarious.
Why are they making a fourth MIB movie anyway? Like,
That's a good question. I
they're
don't
not
know.
even using the same cast.
No. I mean, like, Will Smith will never do another one. I think.
Good.
Probably not. I don't know what he'll do. He did Men in Black 3, but he didn't do Independence Day 2. Which was weird.
Also, Independence Day 2 also did not do that great.
I don't doubt that it didn't do that great. We should probably talk about the cartoon. We've been going for like 20 minutes and we haven't talked about it.
No. The
Okay.
cartoon was so weird.
It's very weird. Okay, so it's kind of like a procedural mystery of the week show, I think, is what they're going for. Where you have your alien take over the world mystery plot.
Yep.
I think they were really going for like more of a mystery thing rather than a like let's just beat up the bad guy plot, which is why
Right.
But they really failed, so it just ends up being super convoluted.
Yep. I agree with that. It was how is the damn intro more cool and banging than the damn show is? Like, it's just two totally different companies working on that shit.
They definitely, and if you haven't seen the Men in Black intro for this series, go look it up on YouTube. It's pretty banging. but it is nothing. The animation style is not the series.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, they definitely outsourced this to Japan. I would bet you $100 that they outsourced it to Japan.
$100.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, because it was very different and a lot cooler. Like the light effects were cool. The shadow effects were cool.
Mm-hmm.
The shots were interesting. And then the movie was just like,
You mean the series?
yes, the series. What am I even saying? It's because we're talking about MIB.
Yeah, I know.
And the series was just like splat.
Mm-hmm.
It was not great to look at.
No, I don't. I don't really know what happened here.
The color palette was terrible.
Okay, let's start with that. Our color palette is really brown.
It's it's like very brown and gray. And I get that it's Men in Black, but doesn't mean that everything else needs to be just this weird, murky color. Like all the aliens also look very murky and towards a more dull
Mm-hmm.
color palette. And
Definitely, it feels like an '80s cartoon.
kind of.
Like this is 1998. We were having like the big resurgence of like creator-driven cartoons going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is made by the same studio that that worked on Animaniacs too.
Right.
If you can believe that. But
I can't.
I mean that whole thing was spearheaded by Steven Spielberg and a bunch of other people, but like Steven Spielberg slapped his name on it.
Right.
And they produced like Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, and a whole bunch of other things that are, classics now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just
Yeah, and okay, so they have like a dedicated character designer that they put up in the like first round of credits that comes up when the show starts. But the character
Yep.
designs aren't great.
Well, okay. So with character designs,
Or is it just the model sheet just got lost in the middle of like did the model sheet just end up falling into a shredder or something? Is that what happened? Because I don't know.
my guess what would happen with something like this is maybe like Miguel Alonso, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miguel Alonso probably gave them like a whole bunch of character designs for these.
Okay.
And with character designers, you get a whole bunch of different ones. You'll see all of those like character designs, like for like how different characters would have looked if they had went with a different design all the time.
Right.
So, but you're gonna pick the creators are gonna pick like the ones that'll work best for the project.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I want to look at those character designs and see like
the other options.
yeah, I want to see what other options they could have gone with, because I kind of get what they're going for. Kind of. It's very like the problem is that their animation is very, very limited.
Mm-hmm.
In this, they did not have the crew or the passion or the money to really do something with this, at least in their first season. Maybe the second, third season, fourth season got better.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it did from what I've seen when browsing through episodes.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
So I don't know. They probably picked these designs because they were going for a very stylized look, and just along the way it just they had to compromise and really I don't want to say dumb down, but just simplify them, and then just their animators, the people working on it, just could not get it to work. Because
Yeah.
I think in the hands of somebody else or some other studio, they could have probably tried to make it work.
I mean, there's a lot that they could have done to make it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the animation style, or the way that they animated the show, was very, again, left a lot to be desired.
Right. Very,
Um,
very limited. Like I
the
said, this is the 90s. This is the late 90s.
Yeah,
Cartoons should not be looking like this.
and the backgrounds were just terrible.
Oh yeah, talk about the backgrounds.
There was like the one shot with Jay, and there's just like clouds in the back, and it's like, pretty sure there's a house behind him. And just
Good.
yeah, they weren't great. They were
No.
very
Perspectives all wonky on a bunch of
the
like the
perspectives
background
were a lot
elements.
were very weird, and because of that perspective, like their chins looked so bizarre.
Oh
And
god, there's just that
and
one
their
shot with the butt chin.
oh my gosh, and then their necks are just very like taffy like almost.
Yeah, the necks are really where the animation just shows, or at least the weakness of the animation really shows.
Like it was just bad. It was like Slender Man.
Yeah. And I think what they were going for was Peter Chung style of animation. I definitely think you don't know who Peter Chung is, Maria.
Nope. I was
Uh,
hoping you'd elaborate on that.
I will elaborate. We'll probably watch some of his stuff later on. I'm guarantee we're gonna watch some of his stuff later on.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the creative visionary behind Aeon Flux. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh yeah, yes, I've heard of Aeon Flux.
The movie or the show?
I think, I think it was the movie. It
Yeah,
was the
I'm not.
movie. It was not the TV show. No, there was a
Yeah.
TV show. I would have
Yes.
loved to see the TV show.
We're gonna watch it.
We
It
are
is
when
nothing like the movie.
good. The movie was weird.
I mean, the TV show is really weird too.
Okay,
But
cool.
what I think what they really were, at least the character designs were really going for, was that Peter Chung like really like exaggerated animated style.
Mm-hmm.
And what we have here, and unfortunately they're doing it on a really limited animation budget, like really limited. Like, this is not good stuff.
I mean, that explains it. I
Right.
suppose if you're trying to do or trying to do a style that requires a lot more work and energy, and you're trying to do it in the less work and energy, you're not gonna get what you wanted.
No.
It's kind of like trying to bake a cake, but like you up the temperature so that it bakes faster. That's not how it works.
No.
You're not getting a cake.
You're
You're getting a brick.
Yeah, I would call
chocolate
this
brick.
a brick. A chocolate brick. I would eat a chocolate brick.
Not this kind of chocolate brick, because it'd
Probably.
be burnt.
Yeah, okay. I'd still eat it.
You really wouldn't. Trust me. I've made a chocolate brick before.
I can believe it.
You gotta start somewhere, okay?
Fair enough. But yeah, that's my theory about what happened with the Men in Black series.
Right.
I mean, this looks like He-Man level animation. We're talking about like
oh, He-Man.
not that bad, but that bad.
Oh, He-Man.
Yeah. it's bad. And there was that one weird bit of 3D animation. Maria, do you remember?
Oh yeah, it was when the weird claw thingy was pulling that thing out, right?
Yeah, there's this claw that's putting these like canisters of chemicals into a bigger machine.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, what happens is that like, okay, how do I describe this? Okay, so there's a covering on the canisters. And the whoever was doing this shot did not give a crap because they are completely unaligned from the canisters. So you've got like these coverings just like leaning off of the model, and it's just like, am I explaining this right?
No, I don't think anyone would understand what's going on. So there was
Okay.
like these little capsule canisters thingies. They were on a conveyor belt thing. And supposedly each of them have this like chemical tubing inside. And there's this claw trying to pull out the tubing inside and leave the shell out. The person who drew the shell of the can that was being pulled from did not care. It was not. It was just. It was unaligned. God damn. It was. It was bad. It was kind of like how you would have layer bleed
Yes.
in modern animation, but this was hand drawn. Like this person was drawing it. They saw this. They were like, "Yeah, no, I don't really care," and
Wait a
moved
minute,
on.
Maria. No, it wasn't hand drawn. It was 3D.
That's even worse.
Yeah, because remember there was a little door flap that flapped open that was like really obviously just a 3D object
Yep.
that just kind of moved. They just kind of moved it with no regard for like what it looks like or where it's going.
Nope. It was weird.
Oh, it was bad. It was really bad. Like the whole like choreography, like space design, like
The
where
spatial
everything-
sense
the
and the
spatial
perspective sense is terrible.
Yeah, okay, because they get into gunfights like a few times during the episode, and there's just lasers flying everywhere.
Okay, so there's this one shot where they had like hit the other aliens and they fell, but lasers were still shooting out from them. So where they were supposed to be, they fell on the ground, but the lasers kept coming out as though they were still standing and shooting. That bad.
Yeah. Oh god. And these aliens can't. They're worse than stormtroopers. They're standing still right in front of them, and they can't hit them.
Yep. And it's like it seems like they wanted to do like creative camera shots, but they
Sure.
couldn't figure out their perspective of it.
No.
So they were like, "Ooh, it would be so cool if they were in the car and the camera was like out, like low and pointing up towards their face." But then we got that weird butt chin shot,
Yeah.
and then they just
Which
screwed
doesn't
up.
make any sense because you've
Yeah, they
got
just
your
screwed
model
up.
sheet telling you what their chins look like.
Yes, exactly. Which is why me wondering what happened to the model sheets.
It's a good.
Did they just
question.
fall into a shredder on accident? Did someone spill coffee over it and we're like, you know what, we don't need these anymore, and then toss them?
They might have, because there was a lot of off-model stuff in this episode. Like,
Yep.
nobody looked right. It was pretty bad. It was kind of shockingly bad for a series that I remember. I never really watched it, but I remember it being on Kids WB back in the day on Saturday mornings.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Imagine waking up early to watch that.
Yeah, no, I did not wake up early to watch it. I think it was in between two shows that I liked. So I'd watch it sometimes, and other times I would flip over because it sucked. Because Fox had a kids block at the same time as Kids WB. So you'd be flipping between the channels, and if you wanted
Yep.
to watch something that was on Fox, you'd have to record it.
That sounds about right.
first world problems.
I mean, this is not exactly first world problems, actually.
Oh, okay.
Back at home in India, my grandma used to want to watch soap operas that would come at the exact same time. So during the ad breaks of both of them, she would like flip to the other one. And so we'd
I
basically be
remember
watching like
that.
half of the episodes of both of them because she'd want to watch both of them. And so she'd be flipping around. And then I would be so confused because I would just be chilling around over there. And my grandma would be watching. I never watched the soap operas because they were stupid. And I love to laugh at them like later on, but it was just, oh God.
How do you not relate to the plight of Kyle, who had amnesia right before his wedding, so now he doesn't remember his bride, and now his brother also has amnesia, and now they can't remember that they were getting married to the same woman.
Well, see, that if you think that's bad, multiply that by 10. And that was Indian soap operas.
I imagine Indian soap operas are a lot of yelling and musical numbers.
There aren't musical numbers in soap operas. But there is a lot of yelling, yes.
Yeah, I imagine a lot more yelling than in American soap
There's
operas.
definitely a lot of, like, if you've watched any of like the Spanish telenovelas, it's
I have
basically
not.
that. If anyone watches like the Spanish or like like Latin American like romantic stuff, romantic
unquote.
TV series,
Quote unquote.
yeah, quote unquote, and they're very like overly dramatic. It's like that.
I remember my sisters watching this show called The Naked Brothers Band, and I had never heard of telenovelas until then because they had a character that would watch them on that show.
Right. They were, yeah. So they're a little dramatic on the dramatic side.
And then Psych did an episode where they had a murder on a telenovela set.
They had a murder on the set?
Yeah. Did
Like,
you ever
was
watch
it-
Psych?
No.
Oh, you should.
What
good.
is that?
So it's a police procedural, kind of a detective procedural, where a guy pretends to be psychic because his dad, who is a cop, basically trained him to be like the world's greatest detective.
Oh.
So he's like a bum, but he can solve murders really well, and he pretends to be psychic so that he can get on, like, he can help the police without having to be a detective.
Oh, okay.
And he's got a best friend who is constantly annoyed by him, and they make a great, like, buddy pair.
Aw.
Yes.
Oh. That's adorable.
Yes, it is. They have a very good bromance in that show.
They have a very good bromance in that
They
show.
do. It's great bromance. I love bromances.
Romances
TV
are great.
shows. Yeah, I think this is the Men in Black. Getting back to that really quick, I think I realized this was gonna suck at the very beginning because nothing made any bit of sense in that.
No, nothing did. It really did not.
It was weird. Okay, it was very weird because it was a like, it had nothing to do really with the episode besides setting up that Kay doesn't sweat.
Yeah.
It was them running down a guy. Okay, and I was like, okay, so we're gonna get an alien transformation. It's gonna look cool, and that's where the budget's gonna go. Nope, like literally, his skin just falls
off. Yep.
and
like,
and then the
human
alien
skin.
just rises up, and that's it.
Yep.
It was terrible, and I was so disappointed because I've seen the intro, which has a pretty cool alien transformation in it. And I was like, "Ooh, it's gonna be like that." Nope.
It was nothing like that.
I was so disappointed. And then just the rest of the episode was
Anyone who decided to watch this show based on the intro was getting themselves into it. Yeah, it's false advertising, man.
they got screwed.
They got screwed big time.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. It. Oh, you know what else it reminded me of? Kind of. Now that I
Hmm.
think about it, it reminded me of the. Do you remember Osmosis Jones? That movie.
Nope.
You don't?
Nope.
With Chris Rock
Nope. I don't think
and
I've ever heard of this movie.
really okay. That's interesting because it was a. I mean, it wasn't a very big movie. It didn't make that much money, but it's like one of those movies that teachers would put on in school when they didn't want to deal with you. Because it's about a white blood cell and a cough medicine in the body of a slob trying to keep him alive
Oh,
from this
okay.
like really bad disease.
Okay.
And there's a lot of like body puns, body part puns in it.
Ah, I see.
Anyway, they made a TV show out of it. And this reminds me a lot of that. And I would not be surprised if they worked on it. If the same people kind of worked
Uh,
on it.
yeah. I never heard of that.
Hmm.
But I'm sure a lot of people would resonate with that. We didn't have TVs in school,
I mean,
in
we
my
didn't have
school.
TV. I mean, you know,
I mean, at least you had like the thingies that you could roll into class. Like we didn't
you
even
didn't
have
have
those.
that?
Nope.
Huh. Okay.
We got like projectors.
How did you watch Bill Nye the Science Guy?
We didn't. Hence my hence my confusion when this random dude who did a TV show is worshipped like a celebrity in the States. When I came to the States, I was like,
I mean,
why?
he's not worshipped. He was just he had
He has
a.
a pop figure. He is
Oh, okay,
worshipped.
fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that one. He's just like his show was shown in a whole bunch of science classes.
Yeah, no, I think, but for me, it was just like,
Well,
what?
yeah. Well, it's the same thing. You don't understand Bob Ross either.
Yeah, but I'd at least heard of Bob Ross before.
Oh, really? Because I had never heard of Bob Ross before he got big, like a few years ago.
No, I'd heard of him a long time ago. My dad used to watch his videos.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I had heard of Bob Ross.
Yeah, I had
And I'd seen
never
a
heard
bunch
of
of
him.
his videos.
Hmm.
So I
But
knew of him.
you just
But
don't understand him.
no, I mean he's definitely very like calming personality. No, definitely he's great. It's just the ability for Americans to get attached to a figure and then blow them up to an extreme proportion. That what I don't get.
Okay, see, I'm very confused, Maria, because we were just talking about Indian celebrities.
Yeah, definitely. But that is
What is the
that is a
difference?
population of 1 billion people, and a
Okay.
population, and those are like film stars. You see them every friggin' month almost on TV. Like Bob Ross is gone. He has a handful of videos on YouTube. You don't have to. You will stumble upon an A-lister Bollywood actor every single day. You don't stumble upon Bob Ross every single day.
I mean, fair enough. It's because we're like our nostalgia is the new currency of the 21st century.
Right.
And the people whose moms had Bob Ross on in their living rooms while they ate dinner are the people who are like, Bob Ross, yeah. The dude's a stone cold killer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Speaking of nostalgia, Men in Black.
Yes.
The new movie looks terrible. The show is terrible. The original movie's great. Everything else is crap. This
I
proves it.
mean, it was from a comic book, right? Which
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
we
know
learned,
about.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. During my research for this episode, I found out it's based on a comic book, which does not surprise me in the least.
It doesn't surprise me, but it was like, huh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because no actual like Hollywood writer could have this idea.
Wow.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Harsh, but not wrong.
Exactly. Unfortunately, they couldn't bring the magic of the original movie into this show.
Mm-hmm.
What do you give it, Maria? Unless
Like
there's something else you want to talk about.
half a finger.
Half a finger? Wow. Harsh. I'll give it one finger.
No.
I kind of liked their dynamic of J and K.
I guess. It's just very, very bizarre for me. And I can't
Yes.
get over the meme-nickness of this.
Oh yeah, it's so ugly looking.
It reminds me of that Spoderman meme.
The what now?
There's a Spoderman meme.
I don't want to know. I don't want to
Real
know. Oh, and,
meme viewers will understand.
yeah, but they're trash people.
I mean, yes, but they'll understand my joke. So
Yes. Oh, we forgot to talk about the dog really quick. Looked just disgusting.
Oh my god, yes. See, I'm not a big fan of bulldogs
How dare you?
in general.
How
But this
dare
was
you?
just gross. Well, they're just weird and their faces are like wrinkly and they're ugly.
They're so ugly they go around being cute.
I don't understand this logic.
That's fair. That's it.
What are we watching
I
next time?
think. We are watching. It's the end of the month, so
Yep.
we're watching something that relates to the movie that we're watching.
Yep.
So we're gonna go back in time, just like in Men in Black 3. See, I brought it around, Maria.
Good job, James.
We're going back in time and we're gonna watch some classic Tom and Jerry,
Everyone's favorite.
everyone's favorite, and then we're gonna watch a movie about them.
Yes. So you know how we watched like Powerpuff Girls and it was bad and then we watched the movie and it was kind of okay because it hit the nostalgia. We're going to hit the nostalgia first and then ruin it.
Oh God, why do we do this to ourselves?
It's your idea, man.
No, it wasn't. It was your idea.
I mean this podcast.
Oh, that was my idea. But I did not expect we'd have to watch a Tom and Jerry movie so early.
Well, now we do. So it's going to be great. I'm excited to watch you writhe in pain. It's going to be great.
God. All right. How can people support us?
You can give us $1 at
Nope.
patreon.com.
Don't chill first, Maria.
You can
Don't
watch. Okay.
chill
okay,
first.
Fine. You can. you can support us on patreon.com/chaoticsilly by.
I told you not to chill first.
Well, what else? What do you want me to say?
You can leave us a review on iTunes. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can leave us a like, a comment, and any other kind of thing.
Well, you caught
like
me
that.
off guard. I didn't
We've only
know.
done how many of these?
3.
Anyway.
Yes,
And
you
then
can leave
if
us a
you
like and
really-
a comment on YouTube or a review on Apple iTunes or on the website.
Wait, iTunes is gone now.
Is it?
Yeah, now it's just Apple Podcasts.
Right, Apple Podcasts. Same difference.
Yeah, pretty much.
And or on the website. You can even leave us a comment on the website
Sure.
if you want
Yeah,
to.
I
We check
guess.
those every now and again. I mean, we check them
I mean,
often.
I'd have to. 'Cause
Yeah.
we use it.
Anyway, or if you're feeling particularly generous, you could support us at patreon.com/chaoticsilly. For $1, you get to listen to us talk about movies instead of TV shows. Like we're
Animated.
watching animated movies instead of TV shows. So for June, we're watching Tom and Jerry, Shiver Me Whiskers. So if you want to listen to us talk about that and hear James in complete torment, consider supporting us. Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Hey, James.
What?
Did you hear?
What?
Satan's opening his new theater in hell.
That's where we live.
And our listeners can join us for just $1.
That costs less than the Netflix subscription I steal.
So head over to patreon.com/chaoticsilly to join us for our exclusive podcast, Movie Night in Hell.
It's like Hell in a Cell, but with movies.
So join us for our screening of Tom and Jerry Shiver Me Whiskers in Hell.
Bring popcorn. No free refills.